Okay, hopefully everything's okay. I don't have my gimbal with me, so I might be shaky, but this is kind of fun. So right behind my phone is my computer so I can read chat. There. So you can see I'm not dead, just a little breathy and a little sweaty. But other than that, I'm good. There we go. Now I can see well, I got monster keyboard too. The keys. How is everybody? And oh my God. Okay, so COVID's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's I got a light version apparently. But okay, so I don't know if you know this, but I'm slightly overweight. So slightly, I'm a lot overweight lately. So COVID's not necessarily a good thing for people who are overweight. So I figure I should probably save my energy as much as possible so I'm not breathing too heavy. So I've been laying on the couch ever since, hey Heidi, since Wednesday when I found out that I tested positive. And yesterday I tested positive. As far as I know, I'm still positive today, but I have no reason to retest until next Friday. So I have been laying on the couch. So that is not to overexert myself. And it seems to have been working because as soon as I start walking around, I break out into a sweat and get really tired. Oh my God, the cat is annoying. Oh, anyway, other than that, I think I've been pretty good. I don't think I got a fever. Maybe I did. But if I took one Paracet on one day, I felt slightly chilly, and that was about it. And then I was fine. I sound a little bit congested, but I'm actually quite okay. And I've been coughing a little bit, but not bad. So I think I got a really light version, but I am triple vaccinated. Couldn't figure out where the heck I got this because Karl's fine. Everybody in the village is fine. So, but then Cecilia tells me that, my kid tells me that there's a bunch of people who have it in their school right now. So that's probably where I got it from. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Did you infect me? No. Did your school infect me? Yeah. Tell him I said thank you. No, but I made it 130 weeks. I gotta say, that's something. It's about, the last time I had a fever was in September 2019 at the Alda Study or Viking market. So this is, I think that's pretty good. So yeah, but anyway, it's actually, Peruta gave me a note. She said, you know, you don't actually have to do YouTube this week. But I thought, no, I kind of need to do it because I need some company. I have been laying on that couch right there. Whoops, plug. Ta-da. That couch right there since Wednesday night. I need to move. Feel bad for me. Look at, there's like a permanent dimple in the pillows. They don't look good anymore. They're going to have to be burned. Anyway, I'm going to catch up on chat because you guys are going to have to come up with some stuff. So I brought almost all my yarn to Goodwagen. So now I have like a little bit of project going on and nothing else. So you have to help me come up with stuff to talk about today. I don't even have Karl to throw under the bus. Let's see if we go to live chat, then I can see. Ashley's here. She's, well, you got to write down the weather everywhere. Is it starting to cool off for other parts? Here it's, we finally got a little bit of rain in this side of Norway, but in Gudvangen it's been raining almost every day, as far as I know. Charlotte got COVID too. So I wonder, she got hers like a week after me though, so, but I didn't get to cross paths with her. So I wonder where you got yours as well, though. But is your third time with COVID? But she works in the health district, I just want to say, in the health sector. Well, you must be a pro at this by now. Audra's here, hello. I hear she's going to try to come to the market. Super excited, and she's going to get the hubby all dressed up too. Or dressed up as a Viking. Klede up, as we say in Norwegian. Garcia's here. Everyone else, she's hoping everyone's okay. In Holland, it's also pretty nice and warm. Yeah, I'm feeling a little better. I just sound a little bad, but, you know, screw it. I need the company. Doro's here. I haven't seen Doro and Karsten in a while. Greetings from Hamburg. They said they just moved. Yep, I'm gonna survive. No, I've actually, 2 slight sinus things in the last 2 years, and that's it. But not even, this is the first, if I had a fever at all, that was the first time I've had a fever in 3 years, since 2019. So I guess I'm due. Torben's here. Hello from the Dragon House. Are you finally finished? Are you finished decorating all of the what do you call that? The eaves on the outside of their house. They've got this lofthus, if I believe, is what it's called in Fixer Upper. And Heidi's here. Heidi Lisette and Kiwi and Regina. Look, Regina, I get to be on the. I kind of got dressed up for you guys. I even put eyeballs on. So there. Hey, Albert is here as well. They're making dinner. Kaya is here. Hey. So, thank you. I'm glad you want me to feel better, and I'm very happy to tell you I did not infect your brother. He's just fine. Let's see. Nella's here as well. She's unwell as well, but I don't think it's the bug. No, I got something about a month ago. That was I couldn't tell if it was. It seemed like an allergy anyway, so I couldn't tell if it was allergy or if it was just sinus. But whatever it was only sinus. Nothing else. So this one is a little bit of coughing. So I started out, I don't know how you guys went for you guys, but I started out having a little bit of a tickle in my throat on Monday night. Tuesday, like a cough here and there. Didn't think anything of it. Didn't, because it was just like a tickle, but it wasn't a persistent cough or anything. And then on Wednesday, same thing, started thinking, okay, yeah, no, I've got a cough, but I feel just fine. Then I go and meet my kid out in, the other kid, in She for dinner. And I was starting to get a little dizzy on the way there, and I thought maybe it's because I haven't eaten since 8:30 in the morning. So after I ate a kebab roll, the thing is flipping huge. I was pretty full. I'm thinking I've got really bad curry breath now. I could definitely taste it, no problem. And then all of a sudden I was still feeling dizzy and couldn't figure it out. So went straight to the pharmacy, bought a kit, and found out okay, I'm sending the kid home now, so when can we both go home? Anyway, so I kind of ruined their date. But actually, Cecilia, you being home, I couldn't go to Gudvangen this weekend because I still tested positive on Friday morning. And that means Cecilia got to stay in Vestby for the first weekend in a while. And she got to go to the Pride Parade in Oslo with her friends. That was nice. She's still testing negative, by the way. So, how was it? You met Arne Solberg again. Yeah. If anybody wants to tell him who Arne Solberg is, she used to be Prime Minister. Not anymore, but anyway. Who else did you see? You saw some Norwegian TikTokers? Who else? Oh yeah, and you met Vikings actually, but yeah. Some kids from your class and some from the Viking village, believe it or not. All the 6 hours away. Let's see. Charlotte says, time 3 shots of vaccine, feel better soon, enjoyed one day in the village. Yeah, she was there on Wednesday to come and help out, which was really great. And then Alexander came on Thursday to help out, which was good. We had about 6 buses of Disney cruises. That was huge, but most of the summer help is gone. So that was really nice. You guys could come and help out. Torben says they started the last wall today. Oh, you're getting closer then. And then Doro says, yes, we had so much going on. Now I live with Karsten. Yay! He's at a festival this weekend. I figured I hadn't seen you guys because it was festival season. So there's Albert writing, get well, COVID sucks. How many of you guys have had this now? I was kind of thinking I was going to be the lucky ones with the super genes, but apparently not. So, but I think most of you in here that I know have already gotten it. So I'm going to say 130 weeks is a triumph. Anyway, I can, so now all my yarn is in Gudvangen. I can show you this. My grandpa thought I was a hippie. This is the first crochet project I ever made. It's a big granny square poncho. Made with cheap Norwegian yarn before the millennium. But it is super comfortable and it's really great at covering my sick clothes underneath. So I'm wearing that today. Anyway. I have some projects I was supposed to work on this week, but my energy was literally not good. So I sat there playing some stupid games on my phone while listening to This Is Monsters Off to Sleep. It's a podcast about... Anyway, so I'm supposed to be working on this for Greg. a little bit more done here before I started getting bad. So I have to finish this anyway because Sophie is coming. She's in Norway now, and she, I guess, will be in the village next weekend, so maybe we drag her on YouTube. And we have to still give the spine of this her and Greg's hair. Both of them, I don't know what the hell they were doing with their hair, but they apparently didn't comb it while they were in Gudvangen for a week. So I brought out the claws, you know, the big sheep combs, combed it, took all the hair that we pulled out of it and spun it. So if you can see that. So now we're going to have to, and because there was just so much joking back and forth, they're like, oh, you should spin it. And I'm like, okay, damn it, I'm going to spin it. And I did. There was a whole like a story thing about that. I should repost that one day. So we're going to put that in the spine. And it'll be a magical snake in memory of the day I ripped their heads apart. So that'll be kind of fun. Now look at Eric's hair. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe if I hold it like that. Yeah, there's a little bit reddish in it. I think that might have been shortly after he red. I haven't tried to sew with this before though, so it'll be interesting, but it should go. Let's see if you can see on there. I think, you know, it's got little wispy hair sticking out of it too. If I hold it real still, maybe on a dark background, you could, there you go. So I might have to oil it, but wax it to keep all those little hairs lying flat. It's a good background, actually, the purple wall. So what do you think? Should it be fun? Now, do you think there's going to be witchcraft if I embroider something with both their hair? No. Her boyfriend's coming too. Torben says he's had it. It was like speeding with Karl in the car. Fast and enjoyable if you ignore the screaming. So, Vicky Charnett writes on here last week, I don't think she made it, I think she just posted after the live, that Torben needs to try, was it Wickham beer? Wickham lager. Oh crap, I forgot what it's called now, Torben, you have to remind me. It's on my chat, but fuck it. Anyway, telling him to taste it because it's good, or if she's telling him to taste it because it's bad. Torben gives the best reviews of bad beer, so if you, and he likes Indian Pale Ale, so if you have any recommendations out there that he needs to try for his podcast, is it, are you going to keep the name Quarantänapils, which means quarantine beer, or are you going to change it? We started out, I think, the first 14 episodes or weeks calling it Quarantine Needlebinding, and then we changed it, or Nalbinding, and we changed it to Viking Nalbinding. But this week I changed it back to Quarantine Nalbinding because I meant quarantine. So, Wrexham Lager. That was the one that somebody recommended you try. But you have to figure out how to get that in Norway. We found out you could order it online. But if you can't get it in from Vinmonopolet here, I don't know how we can get it, because I don't think you can order online and have it mailed to Norway. Audra says, can I take beer for Torben in October? Absolutely! Yes, you can. So Audra's coming for the market, by the way. If those of you are planning to come to our Gudvangen market, we would love to have you. It is October 6th through 9th. If you're planning to attend as a Viking, then you need to register. There should be some information about how to do that on the Gudvangen page. I don't know if I was able to create a link in the event page, but you can always send it. Torben drives by every now and then. So I should be there next weekend. I'm still planning on going down on Friday, unless for some reason I'm still testing positive on Friday, but I highly doubt it, considering the first day was Wednesday that I know of. So then I will be there, and then I have to come back, and then the weekend of the 24th I'm actually here, because all that stuff in the corner there is for a kids sale. So there's like lots and lots of bags in that pile there, and there's even more somewhere other places here too. In the house, I have to mark them and put them in a sale, and my kids work at this sale, sell all their stuff. 30% goes to Red Cross, the rest they get to keep and go and buy either new things from the same place, or they get to go shopping. That was a burp, not a puke. They get to go shopping. Yeah, let's really test all my symptoms here. No, I haven't been pukey either. But I have my taste buds. I have no problem tasting that, by the way. It tastes like my lunch, sorry. Torben says, I will drink the pissy brew and then I will murder it. I like it. I like your reviews. How many days do I have to stay in quarantine? Technically, I don't actually have to quarantine anymore, but I think it's the right thing to do. So the only thing I've done is drive my kids to school and then zip through the grocery store to pick up something that I can eat that isn't going to be time consuming or scratchy on my throat in case it got sore. And I will have to wear a mask the whole time. So, but she still hasn't gotten it, and she's pretty much confined to her room, and I'm pretty much confined to the living room. So, but I don't. Cecilia, you're allowed to go to school with COVID now. You're sure about that? She thinks she might. I thought you had to test negative before you could go to school again. That was before, but now you can just go as long as you're, even if you're testing positive, as long as you don't have symptoms. Yeah, that's kind of scary. So I don't know how I got COVID from this school. But anyway, but yeah, so I think you can get a sick leave for up to 4 days, I think, with COVID, unless you have extenuating circumstances, then you have to go in and see a doctor or something like that. But I think you can write your own sick leave for up to 4 days with COVID, with a COVID diagnosis. So I had to register with my doctor that I have it. So now it is on file. My COVID virginity has been taken. So, I guess if I had really serious, the long COVID or whatever, the really serious symptoms, then I would have to call my doctor and whine and complain and all that other stuff. I'm getting my tires changed on my car, putting the winter tires on Wednesday, so I'm hoping I'm testing okay for that. So, because it's good to have them changed by October 1st if you're going to be driving on the mountains. Otherwise, you can probably wait easily another month if you're in the flat part of Norway. Strange COVID rules, but no rules. Yeah, does anybody know, how is that, by the way? You guys who are in Norway here, you know, what is the quarantining rules now? I just kind of chose to quarantine myself, with the exception of driving my kid to school, but then I wear a mask and she jumps out of the car while it's still running. And so far, so good. But I make her walk home. But I've been giving her money so that she can go and get takeout or something on the way home, so that I don't cook her food right now. I don't think that's a good idea. So she can make some of her own food too. I just don't think it's a good idea if I stand over the soup that she's gonna eat. So other things I need to do that I haven't. I tested the sock. The mystery yarn. That was it. So the mystery yarn that I couldn't figure out where it came from. You can see the color's a bit better now. I think we've solved the problem. I think this was hanging as decoration in one of the houses in the village, and it's got to have been there since 2018 if it's the one I'm thinking of. But that would explain why parts of it are broken off in some areas. So, time to use it, because if it's been sitting there since 2018, nobody else has got a plan for it. It's just going to go icky. I made a sample of it, but I think I left... Oh, no, here it is. I got this far. So what I did on Monday when I got home is I started spinning the nettles. Oh, I can show you that. I'm not spinning the nettles, but preparing them. I can show you a trick there. And carding some wool to spin. And then I started working on the shirt when I had to go meet my kid for lunch, and then everything went downhill after that. Or dinner, I mean. Let's see. So this is the finished 2+3. I'm still on the sample size of it. I think I have to do, yeah, this is the third row that I'm starting now, so I'll be able to see if I want to keep with that stitch or not, but through or not, kind of, maybe there. So yeah, you can kind of see if it's a little holy or not, so I'm not sure if I want it to be denser than that or not. So these are socks that are never intending to be finished because they're for me. And I have to make something out of those beautiful colors. But mainly, the reason I also wanted to start it and test it, even though I have a million projects at the beginning, is because the other project I was working on has gotten to the point where it needs to be tested on a foot. And I couldn't take off my shoe in front of customers and try it on, while showing them how to do axe throwing at the same time. So these ones I've got to finish too. They've both made it to that point now. Super twisty there. Let's see. So yeah, I think we should all bring Torben some beer and make it. It doesn't necessarily have to be good. I even brought him expired beer. The hazy something beer from Sierra Nevada. Torben says, I will drink pissy brew and then I will murder it. That's right. We read that before, but yep. So still, I haven't seen a nude podcast. I haven't seen a new podcast from Torben since June 21st. Let me remind you of my long drive back and forth to Gudvangen every week. I need some entertainment, Torben. I'm almost done with This Is Monsters, and then I'm going back to Henrettelsespodden, which is a Norwegian one about people who were executed for crimes they had committed in Norway back when that was legal, and that was usually hanging or beheading, so 1700s or something. Mostly it was poisoning with arsenic, and then of course they had to die for that. But so let's see. Ashley says, my kitten apparently likes your voice. He's aggressively rubbing the phone with his face. That's right. It's the slightly nasal voice I've got going right now. Torben says he also spent $200 on a Lego set. I think I have an addiction. There should be a Lego helpline. 1-800-BROKE or something like that. Okay, so you heard Karin. You can buy as much yarn as much money on Legos and the 1,000 kroner beer he wants to try. You can have yarn. So you have to come to the market, Torben and Karin, because Lila will be there selling yarn, and some others people will be. More of their plant-dyed yarn. I'm doing a good job staying away. I'm only working with found yarn now. I did decorate the house with most of it, though. I'm working on a pair of socks too, says Kiwi. Nude podcast, right? How would that work, Torben? How would you sell a nude podcast? I mean, because it's only audio. So, okay, then I have to watch a lot of stupid shows because there's nothing else to do except for to sit on the couch and try to get cars out of a parking lot in some stupid game I can't seem to stop playing. I binge watched The Marvelous Miss Mabel. There was 3 seasons of that. That was actually really good. If anybody has any experience with Jewish families in the United States, it's a good one. It takes place in the 60s, I believe. So, you know, it's a bit more when women had less rights and things were more misogynistic, so it's kind of funny. And then I watched, what else did I binge watch? Kids in the Hall. Kids in the Hall did a remake, and that's way that, or maybe 5 that make a show that's kind of on a Saturday Night Live type thing. I think it's the same Lauren. Crap, what's his name? Anyway, but the same guy that does produces Saturday Night Live produces this one anyway. And if you've ever watched the show Superstore, Glenn is one of the kids in the hall. So I thought, okay, I used to watch the show in the 90s, thought it was absolutely awesome, so I have to watch this. Not sure what I saw in that in the 90s, because it's kind of like, it's the same thing, really. I mean, I even watched back the first season when it first came out as well, and the jokes are right on par. They're kind of just these little skits where sometimes they're dressed up as women, sometimes they're dressed up as men, and they play out these little skits, and they're not that funny, except there's nudity on this one now. So now they're all 60s and 70s, I think, and willies are hanging out. But I don't know if I'm going to feel the need to see season 2 of that. My kids and I have started watching Wheel of Time, so I can't watch that one ahead. I need some other shows to watch. Right now I'm working through Amazon Prime because I can download them. There was another one I watched. Oh, Making the Cut. Season 3 is out. With it's another like Project Runway type show. It's just because you kind of get a lot of inspiration from it. 10%. Didn't know what it was. Thought, okay, I'll try this one. Some season 1, 10% British show. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good, but oh my god, it's British pacing, so you're kind of like snoozing. But towards the end of season 1, then they bring in this the American executive coming in, and oh my god, did they nail the American role from a British perspective? So that's actually quite worth watching in the end. If you can get through the beginning, it takes a while to pick up, but the comedy's there and everything. I like Duplo due to my low game knowledge, says Charlotte. Lock and Key was great. Oh, that might be a good. I haven't seen that one yet. Okay. Torben has like 3,000 Warhammer miniatures as well. I'm reading backwards here. And then Albert says WH40K is the same way. Oh, God. Ragnarok on Netflix rerun. That, or the return. I have to watch that one. That's the one I was going to watch. Ragnarok. Oh, you bought a new kitchen too, says Torben. So, how old was the last one? And do you have to use gas to light this one, or you can only use magnetic pots now? Is it that new? Inquiring minds want to know. I should needle bind. Okay, so has anyone tried the Oman stitch now that I kind of scared everybody off of it? That's something, I thought maybe I should do the socks in the Oman stitch, but nope. I think that's too much, too much effort, or at least not today anyway. I'll probably fall asleep as soon as I'm done here. But it's nice to see everyone. I'm really glad that I decided to still do YouTube, because I needed to get off the couch. So I'm still on the couch. I'm just sitting up now. MASH! Disney has MASH. I met David Ogden Stiers. He played the professor guy from MASH. That was back in 1993, I want to say. Maybe 2. They were filming a movie, Iron Will, in Duluth, Minnesota, which was with Mackenzie Austin. And if any of you ever watched Facts of Life as a kid, the little kid Andy is Mackenzie Austin. He was a huge heartthrob in all the Tiger Beat magazines back then. He has a half-brother who is Sean Austin, who played in Lord of the Rings as Samwise Gamgee. Anyway, so Mackenzie was in town anyway, and I went to go and he heard that I was a huge fan, and they were staying in the same hotel that I was working at the time, though. So he came down to meet me, and I went and took him for lunch. That was great. But I ended up started working a little bit in helping out with the catering department there, and that's when I met David Ogden Stiers. Not impressed, by the way. I'm so sorry. I don't know. He was kind of rude. And there was another guy from MASH on there, too. Charlie something. It was the producer of the movie, though. But he actually played as a person in MASH. I forget what the heck his name was, too. Don't know what he was like, though. He was enough. There, now I'm back. Prude is here. She says sorry she's late. Garcia, I'm never going near the Omani stitch. Someday somebody's going to make something spectacular. Have you seen? Okay, I did a really quick look through Facebook for the first time in a couple days. There's a sweater in the needle binding group. Somebody made a stitch sampler cardigan, and one of the stitches in there is the Oman stitch. So, hey, somebody did it. And they did them back and forth, which I don't know if they did them back and forth and then cut them, or around and then cut it, or if they actually did back and forth. But the sweater looks cool. It's a homely project, but it's the best kind of homely project. It's so cool. And I think there's, God, I don't know how many different stitches are in it. So, questions I had, Pruda, so far was, have you had COVID? I think almost everybody here's had it now. And then, have you met anyone famous? And have you made anything with the Oman stitch yet? I think those are my big questions. And Torben's wife can buy as much yarn as she wants. 1960s, no gas. His stove. That sweater was cool, yeah. Even Yoko, the sweater guru, wrote on there that she was super impressed with it as well. What a neat way to show off stitches, though. Can you imagine just wearing that? Okay, and the one in the back, that's Dalarna. And the one over here, that's Oslo. And this one's a turning stitch, and must be kind of fun. It's a good way to show it off, though. So, what are we going to do during the market? We have Krauke coming to play for us. Krauke is a band from Denmark. We have the trio coming, though, not the 5 electric quintet, because an electric quintet doesn't quite work in the Viking Age. But the trio comes with as close to Viking Age instruments as they can come up with and plays good music. They will be playing several times during the days, during the market on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The market actually begins on Thursday, though. But they will also be playing in the Guild Hall, or in Hydrun in the big hall on Saturday night and Friday night. Friday during the market, that would be October 7th. That's my 50th birthday. So I'm not going to plan a party because I'm thinking everybody's going to be there anyway, right? So somebody's going to have to make me a cake, I guess. Also, we have about 50 to 60 fighters, I think, that are coming as well. They're going to be killing each other for our benefit several times a day. We have agreed to let them do a battle of the village with certain restrictions, so safety restrictions, so they're going to have to comply with. So you can also see that. It'll be, instead of just fighting on the field, they'll actually be fighting around in the village as well. So it'll kind of look like more like a proper raid, you know, Lindisfarne 1.0 or 2.0 minus the monks. There will even be a little fighter class for kids to do. Hopefully we'll have Glima. Still waiting for the answer on that one. That one depends on the Norwegian military, if the Glima kid can come and teach. We will have Knotliker. Georg wants to do Knotliker. He has always liked the game Knotliker, but he, after seeing Norsemen, the big bloody version of Northmen, the big bloody version of Knotliker, I still haven't seen that movie yet, but I did watch the clip about the Knotliker. Now he's even more so wanting to do it. And since we have 50 to 60 fighters in there alone, hopefully we can probably get 2 teams together and they can play Knotliker. So for 1 hour a day, they'll be doing Knotliker on the field as well, and you can watch people beat each other silly with a bat for our benefit. There's some other things going on too. Not exactly sure off the top of my head because my head's not here yet. But tomorrow I have to get back into work modus now. I've been ignoring Messenger for a couple of days. Okay, so who have you met that's famous? And were you impressed or not impressed? Albert has met so many famous people over the years. Okay, are they Norwegian famous or are they like Hollywood famous? I've met a few of the famous Norwegian people, but I didn't know they were famous at the time because I was working at a grocery store in Majorstua. So the Hotel Caesar cast, and I guess a lot of people live in Majorstua. So they would come through there, and then somebody at the register goes, "Oh my God, do you know who that is? That's this guy from Hotel Caesar, like the Norwegian soap series." And nope, no clue who that is. Anyway, so I guess they just kind of walked right past me, and I had no idea. There is a lady that lives in Vestby who was in an old show in Norway called the Siv Søstre. And I forget which one her name. I think she's Wenke is her name, but anyway, she lives, no, Leave. Crap, I can't remember. She lives in Vestby, seen her lots of time. But I never watched the show, so I have no idea. Torben says, the most famous person I've talked to is Queen Sonja. Met her in Gudvangen. Really? Where the hell was I? I know Arna Solberg was in Gudvangen, and my kids got to meet her. So when my kids said that they saw Arna Solberg at the Pride Parade, and she looked at him and waved and everything, I said, so did she remember you? You know, because there's like this much age difference between the last two visits, the last time they saw her. So no, they didn't ask. Apparently she was just waving at everybody and walking by. Garcia said she's met the former Dutch Queen Beatrix once. Wow, Beatrice. Cool. So there, you and Torben are now related to royalty as far as who you've met. Nell says, I still haven't had the bug, of course. The most recent test isn't back until tomorrow. Oh no! Looks like there's another little flow. There's like at least 4 people now that I know that have gotten it. Charlotte got it about a week after me. Or, no, not a week after me. About 4 or 5 days after me, but we haven't run into each other. We haven't been in the same place at the same time either. And then there was, okay. So hopefully you have a nice version of it too, like I seem to be having. I'm just tired, that's all. Pruda says she's restitching the bottom of her corset, had to unpick it for a 3rd time. Oh my God. But you're going to be so glad because now it's going to be perfect. Are you not, you're telling me you're not working with something like satin that seems to remember every hole that was ever put into it, and then no matter if you have to unpick it, then you can't, it'll still like be holes in it. Charlotte says, hope she can make it for the market. Money and work, don't know yet. If you can. sign up anyway if you think you're going to come anyway, Charlotte, because then your name goes in the registry. I have a lot to do, so I have actually got somebody else to do the registrations for me this year. They will, so when you come in, even if you're a Freeman, you still have to be registered to the market. It's a different setting. So when you come in, you go to the ticket booth it's actually a ticket booth. We don't usually use it, but in this case we will be. And they will check you in. If your name is on the list, then they can put an armband on you and you can come and go as much as you like and even be there after opening hours as a Viking. If your name's not on the list, on the other hand, that might be a little bit trickier because they don't know who everybody is and what we have, space for, etc. So it's a good idea to register for the market, just in case. If you don't make it, you don't make it. But if you're registered, at least you're on the list. What?
What is your computer stand?
My computer is standing up this tall so I can look down my nose at him instead of looking like this.
Any second.
It did actually when the cat jumped on the computer and hit it.
Well, look at the way it's balanced.
Yeah, that's on this side too. Let's see. What else am I missing? Nell says, I met G.R.R. Martin about 7 years ago. The guy who wrote the Game of Thrones.
What?
Oh, cool. No, I don't think I can have those. She has really good snacks. No, I'm afraid to eat something that's scratchy just in case. My throat doesn't hurt really, but I don't want to push it. Arlene is here. Arlene, have you met anybody famous? And how did you
Does Anna count?
Huh?
Does Anna count?
Does Arna count? She met Arna. There she is. Yay. Nope. And did they meet your expectations? I mean, that of course is a very important question. Peruta says she's only met South African famous. My mother made children's TV in the 80s and 90s, so she knew a lot of celebrities. Oh, wow. All right. Let's see, who else? Albert says both. I don't know every one of them, but the Hollywood versus Norwegian. Oh, yeah, but the one he's most proud of is Gordon Ramsay. I forgot you met Gordon Ramsay. Oh, now my Cecilia is jealous. Where you also got to make food with him. That's right, it was a friend of yours or something was... Tell the story, Albert. It was like, if I remember correctly, it was a friend of yours who wanted to be a cook or something, and his father or something knew Gordon. I don't know how it went, but you happened to be in the right place at the right time. I forget. And by the way, how was he? Was he as fun as he is on TV? Did he yell at you? Did he tell you you're an idiot sandwich? Or did he... Do you know that one? He puts two pieces
I know. Who doesn't?
What are you? What are you? I'm an idiot sandwich. Okay. See, Kaya says, I have had the COVID, but I didn't really get ill. Oh, no. Never tried the old man stitch. I met the Crown Princess, Mette Marit, Drillo, and Morten Harket. Oh, Morten Harket would have been a good one to meet, too. They all seemed normal and quite nice. Oh, that's good to know. So Morten Harket, he was living in Froner, as far as I know. He still is, which is like right next to Meyerstuen in Oslo, and I never met him. Morten Harket is huge in Norway. He's gone solo. Morten Harket was the lead singer of Aha.
Who?
Take on Me.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, but he also went solo after that, though. So that would have been a fun one to meet. Mette Marit is... I haven't met her either, though. She's the... oh, yeah. Okay, so celebrities who have died. Rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth, yeah. So we were, I don't know, we were talking about how, I was talking with Patricia or something like that about, now it's going to be King Charles III and Queen Camilla. And, yep, and then William and Kate are going to become the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall, if I think right. And who knows what Harry's going to be, if he wants to do anything or not. And Prince Andrew is, well... not doing much right now. So we're like, oh yeah, Norway, we've got a few skeletons in our closet too. So Mette Marit was actually a single mother at the time the Crown Prince met her. And I think the father of the kid was a drug user. And it was a bit, they got together at the same time Shrek came out, so everyone thought this was a really wonderful story, actually. They were a little bit skeptical. The son cannot inherit the throne, but they've since had 3 kids together, actually. Got married and had 3 kids together. She seems to be doing a stand-up job, and she seems really nice, so.
From TikTok to cringy.
Hmm?
She has a TikTok, which is very cringy.
Is she on TikTok? Wow. So she's a princess of the times.
I don't know.
And then you have
I've only seen one.
Princess Marta Luisa, which is the crown prince's sister. She's in the news right now because
She is?
yeah, because she's engaged she's going to marry a shaman.
Oh, that might be the person who's TikTok.
Durek, yeah, who has claimed to have healed himself
Yeah, that's the girl
from
who's
COVID
TikTok.
with a medallion, and you can buy that medallion too, by the way. So maybe I should have gotten Durek's medallion.
No.
I could have been healed by now. I could have been working this weekend if I would have had Durek's medallion.
There might be some curse on you. You might die.
Yeah, well, okay. So every country's got a few skeletons in their closet.
How old is the queen and king here?
Huh?
How old is the queen and king here?
I don't know, but apparently the King of Norway and Queen Elizabeth were second cousins.
Huh?
Yep. And that makes Håkon is the Crown Prince of Norway is third cousins with King Charles III. Yeah. Anyway.
That's weird.
Well, it's back to Victoria. They're all related. Let's see. Torben says she used to hike here there earlier once a year or so. And oh no, Peruda's corset is made out of cotton and linen, thankfully. Okay, so that'll be easier to fix. Albert says he's also met the king and queen and the crown prince and crown princess. Yeah, you saw them in Hamar Medieval Festival. No, thank you.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
it's a scratchy thing. I don't want to.
It's not scratchy.
It's a salad croutoni type stick thing. I don't want to eat it. No, but yeah, they came to the medieval festival in Hamar when you were there, and you guys got to run behind, and you were on the news.
My iPad like this.
Yeah, so there she was. She was holding her iPad like this, a little Viking kid standing behind the king and queen of Norway on the news. Okay, let's see.
How old are they even?
I don't know. TB's here. I got corona before anybody even knew it was a thing. Took me a month to get over it, but then I have asthma too. Wow, you were really early on then. Greg thinks he might have got it before it was a thing, but then he would have gotten it almost a half a year before it was a thing. So we're not real sure, but he's a high-risk kind of person anyway, so it would go quickly to pneumonia for him.
I found out about it in 2019.
You found out about what?
Corona.
Corona? At the end of 2019 we did,
I was playing video games with my friends, and then I got the news thing, some random...
Yeah, I remember we were watching the numbers like mad. Yeah, that cat has to get down.
No, that was before that.
Let's see. I wish I could visit the market too, says Kiwi, but my health is keeping me at home. Someday I will come though. We are open all year round. October 16th, we will be open from 10:30 to 2:30. And we will probably close 2 weeks around Christmas time, just so everybody can get the rest of their vacations done and go and visit family, etc. And then we'll be back again, 10:30 to 2:30 until sometime in the spring, and then we'll go back to normal 10 to 6. But until then, we're open 10 to 6 every single day in Gudvangen, where everybody's healthy. I just have to tell you that. It's important.
Can I make a smoothie?
Yeah, go make a
If I
smoothie.
shut the door?
Yep. Kaya says, I met baby Princess Ingrid Alexandra when she was tiny. I guess she's future famous. That counts.
But she's old.
Ingrid Alexandra is older than you. She's old? Is that what you said?
Now.
She's old. My 13-year-old daughter says Princess Ingrid Alexandra is old now.
Yeah.
So those of us who are turning 50 are
You're like ancient.
I'm ancient. I saw, yeah, the cat jumped. Roxy's here. Regards from Bergen from Patty and Tora. They're speaking of a couple of people who are going to kill each other for our entertainment. Actually, not only that, but Patty's going to help out with registrations. So you need to sign up if you're going to come. Otherwise, if she doesn't know who you are, she might not let you in. She's stricter than I am. No needle binding here, but I'm working on sewing friggles for our guests next year's preparation. Yay! I should be repairing clothes too, but I didn't think I was going to be here for 2 weeks at home. But I will do that. Charlotte says, some Norwegian actors, she thinks she, and, Galin Gorgoroth. Oh, okay, so Einar Selvik counts, doesn't he? Most of us have met him now in the Viking circuit. And Gorgoroth was one of them that used to sing before Einar Selvik was Vardruna. No, he sang with Vardruna too, actually. ZZ Top, the Irish Rovers, many bands and celebrities in the 70s. She was a security guard for the biggest entertainment promotional group in Manitoba. Oh, cool. ZZ Top would have been fun to see. The Beard Struggles got nothing on ZZ Top. I don't know if you heard that, Cecilia. Their beards are like down to their knees.
My music teacher has a very long beard.
Yeah, I saw your music teacher has a very
His
long beard.
beard.
No, so he's not having a beard struggle? No. Dorota says, and they'll be the Prince and Princess of Wales. That's right. Let's see, I'll cut this for you.
Doesn't Wales like have a language called Welsh or something?
Yeah, Wales has a language called Welsh.
So
Princess
weird.
Diana
She's dead.
was from Wales. Yeah,
She's
she
probably
died. There you go.
fighting
She was the
Queen
people's
Elizabeth.
princess.
If
There you
there's
go.
a heaven,
You can put that back.
if there's a heaven, I think.
So you have to catch up on chat. Yeah?
If there's a heaven, I think Diana and Elizabeth are fighting right now.
If there's a heaven, Princess Diana
Probably
and
for
Queen
war.
Elizabeth are fighting right now?
They probably are.
They could be.
Pretty sure that's
Both philanthropists, so maybe they're both there. Albert says, okay, he got to meet Gordon at the Stavanger Food Festival in 2010 because he was doing a food live show there and he had a book signing. His PSS guard was a private security service, I think it was. Guard was then his karate teacher and told him that. Ah, okay, so that was how. They knew there was a way that you got to meet him through. But was he fun? Was Gordon Ramsay cool or did you become an idiot sandwich like the rest of us? Torben says, I went to a Knoxville with Kurt Nilsson. He didn't bring any beer or cigarettes, so he was mooching on mine. The bastard. I'm happy to say, Kurt Nilsson never fixed the gap in his teeth, did he? Or Kurt Nilsson, actually, is it? He won the first Norwegian Idol. And he sang It's a Beautiful Day better than Bono. Even I think Bono even said that too. Kurt Nilsson? Yeah, he's you don't know who he is.
I'm not good with Norwegian celebrities.
No, well, he kind of looks like a hobbit, has a gap in his teeth, and he shouldn't change it for the world because he's got the most charm. But anyway, he's a really good singer. I don't know what he's been doing since Idol. I haven't really paid attention. He's a singer. He won the first, Kurt Nilsson, he won the first Idol in Norway. Idol.
Oh yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
watched that.
No.
Never have.
So,
People on that show are weird.
yeah. Let's see. Camilla didn't take the title because of Diana, but Kate will not have a problem wearing the title. Ah, I didn't know. Okay, so she's not going to become Queen Camilla then, or no, the Wales thing. She didn't take Wales. No, that's true. But is she going to become Queen Camilla now? I wonder how that's going to go with people. They've sort of started to begin to accept Camilla now, I think, over the last 20 years. What? You're looking at me funny. I've had nothing to do but read Vegia and play this car parking game on my phone. Because I couldn't sit up and focus long enough to needlebind. Look how much I'm getting done on the sock now. Not much.
Before you.
Huh?
I knew it before you.
You did. You found out immediately because you're addicted to TikTok. I found out 16 minutes later because you told me.
Because I was telling my friends.
Apropos Gordon Ramsay, Albert says he was really nice, and when he saw Albert at the live show, he asked him if he wanted to make some food with him, and Albert said yes, and he gave him 50 pounds and a kitchen machine worth 300 pounds. Oh! Okay, no, I think that settles it. Albert is not an idiot sandwich. No, that would be so cool. I would love to meet Gordon Ramsay. He's fun.
Wait, so Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, she's Queen Consort is she's going to be Camilla. What?
Gordon Ramsay gave him money.
Gordon Ramsay gave him money. He gave him a 50 pounds and a kitchen machine worth 300 pounds.
Better have framed that money.
Well, did you frame it? Cecilia says you're
Better
supposed to
have.
frame the money.
If you used it.
Kaya met two famous Ilves brothers before they were famous. They were funny as heck and slightly annoying. I could actually see that. They look like they would be a bit much. Ilves sings "What Does the Fox Say?" So my kids were loving this song. What does the fox say? Ring, ding, ding. Yeah. Anyway, then we go to the United States, I think, shortly after anyway, and all of a sudden they're playing it on the radio over there. What does the fox say? And I didn't realize that that song had made it huge outside of Norway. So it was kind of cool to see. We knew all the words. Now Charlotte has got Kurt's song stuck in her head. Still has, Albert still has the 50 pounds. Good, she says. And then Charlotte says the Elvis brothers slept on her bus many years ago with a cloth on his head. Oh my God. Okay, so next question. What are you making? You're probably doing better than I am at it. We got 8 more minutes to discuss what you're making. And, or we could just go better than that. How many UFOs do you have? I can't even count. Nell did this really cool thing where she charted all the UFOs that she was going to do. And it was kind of like a bit of a to-do list calendar kind of thing that you have to do on this one and now this one, and which was really smart. I think, even the last leftover yarn stash busting thing, I still have UFOs from that because I stupidly chose to do stash busting with thin yarn. Oh, there's a snag in my yarn here. So I think this year's, oh my God, it's almost time for this year's stash busting. That'll be around Halloween because it's a scary thing to do. So I might have to commit to busting the same stash. What do you think? Albert says he's never met so many from NRK kids TVs and other TV movies and celebrities. Arlene says her 3 grandchildren drove her nuts with that song. Ring ding 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 ding. Yeah?
We've met Henny Odin, if that counts.
Yeah. You met Henny and Olena. That's true. That counts.
And the twins that live by us.
Yeah. The other twin. Oh yeah, yeah. They were in. God, what were they in? A doesn't know. They were in Mormor og de åtte unger, which is there was a movie, a Norwegian movie called Mormor og de åtte unger, or Grandmother and the 8 kids. And there was a pair of twins in that movie. They lived just down the street there, or used to. I think their parents are separated now and they live in between 2 places. But Henny and Olena, yeah, that was, Det Kunne Vært Verre is the name of that show. I never did get to watch it because it's on TV too, which I don't have, which means it could be worse. And it's a guy who has, like 14 kids with 13 different moms or something, and he's just struggling along, and I guess it's all a hopeless thing. But there's a set of twins in that show as well, and that's Henny and Olena. That's, they're in the same birth group as my kids. They're bookends. My twins are the oldest in the group, and her twins are the youngest in the group. Huh?
Bastian.
And Bastian, yeah. Bastian, the one boy out of all of them, yeah.
He's very weird.
So yeah, there you go. More Norwegian famous. Are they still doing acting projects, those two?
I don't think so.
No. That was kind of a fun thing.
I don't know.
Oh, and you met the girl that was in Torsketungen, the cod tongue. The Norwegian movie Torsketungen, cod tongue, was a movie about how kids back in the day, they used to take cod tongues out of the heads because that was considered a delicacy, and it was child labor back in the day. So there was a movie about that, and the girl that was in that movie, you met her. She signed your thing. She's actually lives in Hvidsten. That's why we met her.
We met the Donald Duck guy and Øystein Blyant.
Øystein Blyant is another one we've seen. What is Øystein Blyant's name in British English? Because I know he does movies, or he does this TV show there too. But anyway, it's a Norwegian guy that bald, does a lot of drawings for kids. Yeah, we've met him at the Viking ship museum. And at the same cafe, that's right. He came to the cafe we were at after. He was a nice guy.
He never did because he broke his arm.
Yeah, he was supposed to come to Gudvangen and draw Viking houses, but yeah, he broke his arm. So he couldn't. Albert says he met Margarete Rød in Stavanger at a thing where I met her in Oslo NRK Museum, and she recognized you. Margarete Rød, she is an author, isn't she? I'm so bad with Norwegian celebrities. Kiwi says, this week I've started learning to make tablet woven brocade, and I also got some of the Nalbinding socks embroidery and Peplos dress waiting to get finished. You are ambitious. I'm just impressed that you did that sweater. That was the biggest thing. So I saw somebody else on Facebook asked how to do a sweater or something, and then Prue tagged me, and it threw me under the bus because even the experienced needle binders can take quite a long time to make them. Karin, I'm like, yeah. So I showed my one really impressive one. I think it was the second or third sweater I made anyway, and I must have been on a mission from God. It was yarn that was about this thick, stitches about that fast. And I made a hoodie for my 9-year-old kid at the time in a week. And then I thought, oh no, I can make the blacksmith sweater too. And that took a year and a half, although 3 months of that year and a half I could blame on the pandemic, but that's it. So, anyway, how much time do you take to make a sweater for those of you who've done it? Kaya loves Oystein Bleon, starstruck by proxy. Yeah, he was really a nice guy, though. He's supposed to come. He was planning on coming to the Viking village to do a coloring book or a drawing book all about the Vikings. I don't know whatever happened to that. We should send him an email, come to think of it. On behalf of the village, we could send him a mail and invite him to see if he still wants to do that. That was right before the pandemic, actually. We saw him. The funny thing is we were not at the Viking Ship Museum for an event. We were just there by chance. So, and that's when he came by. Oh, Margaret the Road was a host of NRK children's TV for many years ago. Ah. So I managed to babble. You guys kept me company for like almost a whole hour now. I'm impressed. I didn't know what the hell I was going to talk about except for I got sick. No, but I am feeling better, just a little bit sweaty and tired, but I'm glad you guys came to keep me company. Next week we'll be back in the village. I'll throw Karl under the bus, as usual. Yeah, it's raining a little bit, but we need rain, so. So, what are you guys going to do this week now? You've got a whole week. I'm going to try to, I have to finish this. This has to be done next week. If it's not done next week, Greg will kill me because Sophie is in Norway. She's from England. She's in Norway and she needs to see it done and imbued with the hair. So I have to finish this. So that's my goal for next week. Finish this.
How?
I have a whole pile of socks I'm supposed to be doing, but not one of those people are ever expecting to get them, just so you know. I know better than to promise socks. Albert says he's planning to come into Gudvangen this weekend. Oh, good. If you're here after 6 o'clock, or at 6 o'clock, Albert, on Saturday, then we'll be doing YouTube again, so you should come join. Let's see, we'll see how much you've grown in a year now, since you were on last time. If we get Torben here, we could turn it into a beer tasting. We had mead tasting, Torben. Did you see that last week? There was mead. You weren't here. We found a nice Christmas mead for the market. What did you do to your tongue?
My tongue stuck.
Oh, well.
Hurt.
She got her tongue stuck on a smoothie bottle. Charlotte and everyone else who's sick. And feel better even if you're not sick. Wool spinning, says Garcia. Have drink and rest. I would. Yes. No, I'm going to go right back to my stupid car parking game and watch the rest of Making the Cut Season 3. See what I can learn. There she is. You met Arna Solberg today. Oh, but seriously, you saw the Pride Parade. How was the Pride Parade?
Good.
Yeah?
Long.
Was it long? How many people were dressed up?
Dressed up?
Yeah, did anybody dress up in outrageous outfits because it's
Oh, yeah,
Pride?
yeah.
What was the most outrageous outfit you saw?
I don't know.
No? Feathers?
Yeah, there was one guy had rainbow feathers all around.
Any?
Very cool.
Yeah, it was all feathers and rainbows, or were any of them running around buck naked?
No.
Okay, because that used to be a thing in the very early days of Pride parades, and like Brazilian dancer kind of outfits.
There's music.
There was music. Was it? Yeah.
People that were singing.
And no violence.
No.
Was there a lot of police officers there? Considering the last one last time there was going to be one, there was an incident in Norway, and everything got canceled. I was going to go that day. You were going to go that day. I'm kind of glad you didn't, but I'm glad you were safe this time.
It happened like 2 a.m. or something.
Yeah. Okay, no, we're going to leave. Meat is for sissy girls and their mothers. Oh my God, clutch the pearls. I cannot believe you just said that. Oh no, if I'm a Viking, I can't clutch the pearls. Clutch the axe. Okay. Albert's hair is much longer now, so we have to try to braid it. We will. Okay. No, I will probably test negative by Friday. I'm pretty sure of it, considering the first positive test was on Wednesday. I will see you next weekend. Or next weekend. Yeah, Saturday at 6 o'clock, same time. And I'll be more Viking. And I'll be perky. But thanks for keeping me company. This was worth getting off the couch for. Okay. Bye-bye.